Hello, welcome back. I am going to be showing you my Hemlock and Oak bullet journals from 2024 and 2025. And then at the end, I'm going to share my new bullet journal for 2026. And I'll show you the beginnings of my 2026 setup. But to start with, we're going to go with my very first Hemlock and Oak bullet journal from 2024. This one I used while I was still in college, and this one is post-grad, so we'll be able to see the differences. I think it's pretty obvious the way my journaling style has changed, but let's get into it. When I started this bullet journal, I was going for a very minimalistic approach, and I was very inconsistent, if you can't tell. I knew what I wanted it to look like, but I guess I just didn't have the time or the energy. And so in this one, I think we're going to see a lot of unfinished spreads and trackers before I realized that I don't really use trackers. So we'll skip ahead to January. I did cover pages back then, and I really liked the way this house turned out. I thought it was cute. There's like icicles and snow on the roof, but I came to realize I felt not creative enough to do it every month, as you will see. And here is my monthly calendar. It definitely looks different than it does now. You can see the start of me using stickers. I do not remember where I got those from. They're off of Etsy. And it looks like I started this one off by doing 2 columns per page, which meant a week took up 4 pages, which is a lot. And as you can see, I didn't use the whole page, but I did like using this dashboard on the side. I thought this was good, and this was useful in college because my work shifts were all over the place. So if there was just a quick way to glance at it, it was definitely easier than going through each day. And I think this one I did use more as a to-do planner rather than a have-done planner like my current one. So I obviously had a lot of homework and assignments that I had to get done, and it helped track it. This is funny to me because this is when I was first thinking about starting a sticker shop, and these are the drawings I did. A little different than what it looks like now, but not completely. And you can see that I decided to move to 2-page spread, but with 6 columns rather than 4 across 2 pages, with a monthly calendar. And then the weekend, since I felt like I wasn't that busy on the weekends, I just split it into 2. And decided I didn't like it, I guess. So I think, yeah, it's just mostly assignments, work, meetings, and class. Very blank. But if we skip ahead here to February, you can see I still stuck with the house cover page, and added hearts for February. Man, if I'm being honest, I really do not remember a whole lot of this. Looks like I made the little dashboard smaller, still sticking with the 2 pages for 1 week. Is that drawing a Zeus? And then decided to go back and try this. See, this is why I liked bullet journals so much, was because I could flip back and forth between spreads until I found one that I really liked. And it looks like it took me a while to find the setup that I really liked. You see more stickers. Looks like I got my first order from Daisy Papers here. And this cover page, I added my kitties. seems like I got more busy towards the end of my college career. See, now this is starting to look a little more filled out. This is looking better to me. So I'm starting to use some of those mini washi icons from the Coffee Monsters Co. And April. There's not too much going on. There's not a whole lot of color, very minimalistic, which is what I was going for. So it's not like I don't like it. I just do things very differently now. But the thing is that I wouldn't say regret, but that I wish I had done is mix it up a little bit more. It all kind of looks the same until I start my new job, apparently. This is all of the stuff I would do at work. I did actually do a to-do list at work on a sticky note, and then I would bring it home and write it into my daily schedule. So these are actually things I was doing and did get done. But it looks so busy. I still do all of this stuff now. I just don't track it as much because it's a habit when I get to work. I don't need to remember to print reports or do auth stickers and that kind of thing. Oh, I was out of town this week. This is when we went to Mackinac with my family. Still using mini icon stickers. And it looks like we got rid of the monthly calendar. Guess just decided either didn't need it or was tired of writing it all out. And it looks like I've given up on cover pages, which is funny. And this is typically what I was, I was going to expect from looking back in my old bullet journals, is that there's a lot of blank and not filled in pages. And here I was trying to find a different setup, and as you can see, it's starting to look more familiar. 8 columns across 2 pages with a dashboard on the left-hand side, and each day gets their own column with some trackers. Good. A little bit more color. And not even anything close to a cover page for October, it looks like. Super cute. And now we get a washi border at the bottom. So this, I would say, is when I really started to find the setup that I liked and that I thought worked well for me with where I'm at in life. Obviously, during college, what I had been using was probably better because there was more space to write a to-do list so I could track homework, and I did actually write out assignments in advance, but I don't have that now, so I don't need that. And I know a lot of people say it looks like a Hobonichi setup, which I do agree, but with this one, I can change up what I want on the side. If I want more space at the top, I can do that. I just like being flexible in a bullet journal rather than having a pre-printed page. It's just a personal preference is all. Now we're getting into more color, which is good, but no, didn't have time to write anything in, it looks like. And we do get a calendar for this one. This was one of my favorite sticker sheets, like seasonal sticker sheets from Marshmallow Studios. I really am going to think about seeing if they have another one or the same thing, because I'm going to order it because I love it so much. I used it all the time. See, now we're starting to get into the setup that we're using now. Same trackers. See, this was just one of my favorite stickers from that sheet. And December. See, we're already through 2024 almost. Looking good. Another seasonal sticker sheet that we're going to see a lot through this month. And it looks like that's it for 2024. Just had a few pages left over. I really liked this bullet journal cover. I love the color, and I'm probably going to hold on to this for such a long time because it was the first one that I stayed truly consistent with, even if I didn't fill out every page. But it got me through the end of college and the first part of my professional career, so I truly appreciate having this. And shout out to Tia from Hemlock Oak for reaching out to me and getting me interested in their journals in the first place. I will link the store down below. Every journal in this YouTube video is from Hemlock Oak, so definitely check them out. They have a lot of new stuff for 2026 that you can choose from, new paperweights and different sizes, so definitely go and take a look. And now we have my current bullet journal for 2025 from Hemlock Oak, still an A5, very similar to the last one, except I tried harder with the setup. I have this vellum paper from the Coffee Monsters Co., which I thought matched perfectly with the color of the cover, and I was looking into ordering some new vellum paper for my 2026 bullet journal, but a lot of shipping is paused to the US right now, and so unfortunately I didn't look into it too hard, but I have an alternative. I will say for 2025, I did sit down and I rounded every single corner of this bullet journal just because I thought I liked it better at the beginning of the year. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do the same thing for my 2026 bullet journal. So if you have any input on that, let me know. And with the remaining vellum paper, I made a pocket in the back because this one doesn't. My 2024 one did, this one doesn't. I think it's an option for when you're customizing from Hemlock Oak. You can add that on, but again, super cute. I love this so much. Those are supposed to be my kitties, by the way. And here we have the full and in progress yearly setup. I was actually really proud of this. I thought this looked really good. And this is really the only monthly tracking I'm doing. So trying to keep up with that. I'm going to cover this for the most part because I don't remember what I wrote. So we're just going to leave that there. And I've been pretty consistent. Everything should look fairly familiar in this bullet journal if you follow me on Instagram. But we're going to just skip past that. A lot more color, a lot more stickers, and for the most part, fully completed and filled out. The first week I was really proud of, and I was sick the second week of the year, so not filled in as much, and then our apartment flooded and we had to move, so I did not do any planning this week. But we can just flip through things, and yeah, a lot of illness and random life events happening at the beginning of the year. And I was out of town a lot. I went to Florida. I think about going to Florida probably every other day. It was just so nice. Man, I really did not stick with it at the beginning of the year. March, let's see what March has. It's a little better. It's not horrible. Not really a theme going on. Just whatever stickers I wanted, I guess. Oh yes, when I got my sticker cutter and decided to just go crazy. Okay, but here, look. This is good because you can see that I moved the hourly times over another space. So I have more space in the column to write. Whereas here, there's just this empty stretch. I think it made a difference. Oh, something else I'm going to cover up just because I don't remember what I wrote. And here, this looks good. This was the week I opened my Etsy shop. Still fairly neutral. And then nothing. Here, this one looks good. And we're back with a washi border at the bottom. I really like this. I think it helps me stay on track with a theme or a color for the week. I thought this looked really good. And we're already into May. See, part of me thinks I'm going to go back and fill this all in, but I really don't think I will. And just blank pages. Here. Now we should start seeing more consistency, I think. Summertime, I love summer. I want to be productive. I was really happy with how my Etsy shop was starting off. I was making a lot of new stickers, ordering a lot of stickers from other shops. Ooh, again, I don't remember what this says, so we're gonna ignore that. And here we are to my favorite spread so far this year. I love the pink. I love how it looks like I was busy, which I think I was, but also it looks very clean to me. No empty space really. And I've been really feeling pink this year, if you can't tell. But I really stuck with it. Even though I was going out of town in July, I still made sure to go back and fill everything in. And I was out of town in Boston this whole week. Got back, looks like on the Saturday. But see, these pages look really good. I did really well last month. These new washi tapes from Marshmallow Studio, perfect. I love them so much. Definitely some of my top favorites. Oh, some things that I don't know if I want to share right now. Here, we got a little inconsistent at the beginning of this month. I was using a colored pen, and I think I thought it didn't look good, even though it matched this washi tape really well. So I think I just ran out of steam and got disinterested. It's not too long ago though, so I could definitely go back and fill this out. Here is last week's spread, all completed, all the blue. I love it so much. I think it looks really good. Different colored inks. Of course, these date headers. Oh, so good. And now we're at this week. And this week is not fully filled out. It's Saturday right now, so I'm gonna take some time today and fill this in. But I have my own weekly headers that I'm working on. They're supposed to look like keys on a keyboard. I think they do, so that's all that matters. But there was a book release earlier this week, which I'm super excited for. I pre-ordered it back in May, so hopefully that gets here soon. I am doing a full week, or I did a full week at work this week. Exhausting. Oh my goodness. I've been taking some Fridays off to go out of town, see family, that kind of thing. So, yeah. But that leads us into our next bullet journal. From Hemlock Oak. And I have my addresses covered because as much as I love you all, I don't think you need to know where I live. So I was very excited to get this so quickly. I did a poll on my Instagram story between two colors that I was thinking of getting, and I went with the one obviously that I wanted, but it was also the most voted for. So and here we are. My 2026 bullet journal from Hemlock Oak is in the color Blossom Field. Still an A5 bullet journal. Feels so clean and new and fresh. All the corners are cut really well. Pages numbered, obviously. Two colored bookmark ribbons. So, for the setup, the beginning of the setup of my 2026 bullet journal, I did go to my local craft store and I got a piece of scrapbook paper since I wasn't able to order any vellum this year, which I'm so sad about right now. But I think I got one that matches fairly well. So this is the paper we're going to be using. It's not all pink, but there is enough to make it seem like it matches really well. So we're going to get this put in on the inside of the covers, and then I have a few more things to show you. That'll be it for now. Okay, this looks pretty good to me. With the end of the year coming up, I have been in the mindset of getting ready to set up my 2026 bullet journal. So in my next shop update on September 6th, I will be offering monthly tabs in 8 different colors. So for my 2026 bullet journal, I will be using this pink one here to match everything, and these will be available starting in just 2 weeks from today. So I'm excited to see which colors you guys like most. I will be using them in all of my 2026 journals. And while we were on the topic, I figured I would give you a little sneak peek at what else you can expect from my next shop update. Here is the freebie for next month. Small and cute. And of course, it is coming up on fall, so I do have a mini fall sampler. Nothing crazy, just some leaves, acorns, pumpkins, and jams. Cute. And something else that's coming up is Halloween. I am not the biggest Halloween fan. It's probably one of my least favorite holidays, if I'm being completely honest, but I made this little Halloween sampler, and my favorite is probably the cat skull head. So this will also be available. And of course, the keyboard weekly headers will be available 3 weeks for 1 sheet, and I think they're a good size. Give you a little bit of a close-up. These will also be available. So keep an eye out for more information. There should be an official announcement on my Instagram here shortly, so you can go ahead and check that out. But so far, this is it for 2026. I have a few more things coming on the way that I can't wait to share with you, but until then, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you next time.